Hi, Pamela M. with these messages that can help you to be able to command your world with such precision you can even put a date on it. I hope you have been experimenting with some of the things that you have been reminded of. All of this stuff you already know at some level, but it's really nice sometimes to be reminded, and I love doing these videos. Why? Because I'm being reminded at the same time, and it's such a blessing. I say take some time to make sure that you reward yourself every single day, that you have things that you look forward to. Yes, you're doing some of the mundane things or some of the things, the checklist stuff from time to time, and it's always nice to have something to look forward to. Your brain loves it. We'll talk about it in a future video I'm going to be doing very soon for you about that, but for today, we're going to talk about, are you paralyzed? Do you feel paralyzed? Sometimes we can get to the point where we feel so overwhelmed, discouraged, and overcome with all the things that are tugging at us that we just are paralyzed. I was going through something like that even as of today. There was a lot of different banking things that were necessary to be able to get a hold of, and I do a lot of my banking stuff with just my face recognition, so I don't usually have usernames or passwords, but my husband was requiring them because we were doing some accounting things, and so he desired to have this information from every bank that we had, because I'm usually the one who takes care of all that, and I just came to the point in life where I said, hey, pitch in. You can help with that. I mean, you literally went to college to be an accountant. Why am I doing all of this every single year, for gosh sakes? So I just put it on his lap for him to start managing and lifting some of the load off my shoulders. And when he says, well, okay, I found a way to be able to deal with this and care for this, so I would just like to have all the passwords and passcodes and things like that, username and passcodes, and all of a sudden I felt paralyzed because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm up in the woods, I'm off grid, my computer doesn't work seamlessly because of that, and well, that's a concern. That's a concern for me, and it's may not be the best use of my time and energy, and yet it is, because it's really a timely matter that is important that we address. So it's really important that if you are a kind of person that gets paralyzed, it's important that you have certain routines that you do, or even if you don't get paralyzed, it's certain routines that you do on a daily basis that helps you be successful. And sometimes it's just get out of bed, start your day. And I know I've said this over and over and over, I do not get out of my bed until I've done my meditation, because I know everything will go so much better, so much more perfectly if I do certain breathing techniques. A lot of times when you're asleep in your bed, you're breathing very shallow. And so when you wake up, and you've got to really allow yourself to get up, get going, get flowing, you've got to raise up that oxygen level in you, and for sure your nitric oxide. And so it's important that you do that breathing that I've shared with you in past recordings, and also your mini meditations or some form of meditation that's going to help you to be able to release what you'd like to release from your life rapidly, and draw in what you'd love to draw into your life rapidly, to continue to be that new, evolving, cutting-edge person, and also to connect with the divine and share with them what you'd love to create that day, because they're going to have your back, and they already know many of the things that you'd like to have, but you need to be aware of it. It's important that you know what you would love to desire and have created in your world that day, whatever day it is that you are aware of it. Why? Because they're automatically going to be providing this for you, because they do know you, past, present, and future. But if you don't know what you desire, you're not going to be seeing it and grasping it and running with it and appreciating it. It's just going to go woof right by you, because why? You're not focused, and it's just going to go right by you. So many times you miss out on blessings that you at some level would love to see happen in your life, simply because you're not focused. So allow yourself to have that happen. And also, when you have this chiseled in stone type of thing, it isn't like a harsh taskmaster thing, but it's setting you up for success. It's setting you up. And I'll go through some of this in another video that's coming up in a couple of videos down the line from here. But it's, basically rehydrating yourself, making sure that you are allowing yourself to eat wonderful food that is not these man-made creations that your body is saying, I don't know what to do with this. And so it's storing this, food on your gut and on your arms and on your legs, and trying to get that away from your vital organs and trying to figure out, how do I restore these vital organs because I don't have the basic building blocks. Eat real food. Eat real food. It doesn't take that long to be able to create it, but wow, does it ever serve your body really, really well. And some of the things that you might love to set yourself up with, as far as like what you're putting on your agenda of things to do, would be soothing things and loving things and encouraging things and joy-lifting things. Those kind of things. Focus, focus, focus on that in your life. Having as much joy and happiness as you possibly can. And it doesn't matter what job you do or how you're doing it. Even if it's mindless things like vacuuming or doing the laundry or, let me see, just things like moving things around and dealing with things that are to-do kind of things, but doing it in a way that while you're doing that, like mopping the floors and cleaning the bathroom, those kind of things that have to be maintained in your life for order and for cleanliness and things like that. When you're doing these kind of what I call brainless kind of things, pulling weeds, mowing the lawn, doing these kind of things, those are perfect opportunities for you to connect with the divine and start thinking about what you'd love to create and being filled with, flooded with appreciation and joy and enthusiasm for what has been brought into your life, and to be able to start picturing what would you love to create and bring into your life. I mean, these are, suddenly you'll have what you were desiring to do done, like pulling the weeds and the grass and that kind of stuff, trimming anything. You can let your mind wander over to what you'd love to create instead of start to wander into monkey chatter crap, because that's not going to serve you. But if you will allow yourself to do that, or listen to uplifting things, like just put on a video like this and just listen to the soothing information that it has to uplift and encourage you on a regular basis. I certainly do that. I do that. Because it's too easy to slide into the monkey chatter stuff, especially if your body tends to get inflamed and overwhelmed easily. So, and relax, and don't be that harsh taskmaster to yourself. The world tries enough, and you can't blame it on all the world, because if you are allowing that, you're the one who's forming it. So allow yourself to be gentle, soothing, and loving to yourself. Allow this gentle, caring balm of well-being to flow into your life and be there for you. I know that for me, having this routine really helps me to be able to stay focused in getting a ton of stuff accomplished. But that routine is not so stringent that it isn't flexible and malleable. So that's also important. Allow yourself to be able to be flexible, but still make sure that you start out with showing up for you first. And my husband knows that early in the morning is not the time, as far as like 6 o'clock on to about 7. It's not the time to decide to ask me 1,000 questions and start like a machine gun going after me and expect me to be okay with that. Because that is my time to really start forming my day so that it's going to be amazing. And I mean, it's really great because I do the same for him. He gets up early. He's watching the sports and the news and whatever he'd like to watch. I do not watch the news. I will not be I will not be the lemming that's being brainwashed and told how I'm supposed to be fearful and what's going on and those kind of things. It's not that I'm unaware of what's happening, because I am keenly aware of what's happening in the world. But I'm choosing not to focus on it, and I'm not to take in the toxic overload that it's creating. So if this is helpful and uplifting for you, share it with others. It might be just what they're looking for. And allow yourself to just go for it. Just stop dawdling and go for it. Because you can sit there and dawdle for hours and not accomplish anything. You can keep putting on the brakes, keep like, not so sure about this. I'm not, try to motivate yourself. Just get up and go. Just get up and go for it. If you have that chiseled in stone initiation of beginning your day, once you get going, you'll find that you can get a lot accomplished, a lot of wonderful things accomplished. And you're not going to be judging yourself and beating yourself up for what you didn't accomplish. You're going to just focus on what you were able to get cared for. And it's not that you have to have a bunch of checklists, although the brain loves to have checklists, and we check them off or draw a line through it and show that I got this done, I got this done. There is some merit to that, but don't feel like you have to have this lengthy checklist, because you can sometimes get too tensed up inside. There is a certain feeling that can start being initiated from that, which will raise your cortisol levels and cause you to store your fat instead of burn your fat for energy, and tank your energy, because you mainly run off of fat that's been stored. Yeah, you can use some carbohydrates for a short period of time, but it's mainly the fat that you burn your energy off of. So consider sharing it with others if you find it uplifting, as I said just earlier, and also think about subscribing below and push that bell button so that you'll always be alerted and kept in the loop with what's going on. Take care. Bye.